Hey there guys, Ignite the Fire. Didn't mean to have that hand when I waved at you, but I sure hope there ain't chocolate around my lips from the chocolate orange that I just ate from a previous episode. Man, that was delicious. But speaking of that previous episode, I promised you guys that in the start of this episode, we'd be unboxing these guys purely because in the last episode I didn't have enough time to unbox these guys in it, so I thought why the heck not put these guys through, or the boxing of them even, through towards the start of the next video. And so this is the 30th hunting video, which just make it quite special. And so why the heck not start off such a special hunting video with this very special unboxing, because we have two very rare characters here, Breeze and Loughborough, which are so special I had to get them imported from Germany just so I could save money and getting them both for 30 quid, which is a bargain for Breeze and Loughborough alone. They're worth about 50 quid each, let alone 30 for the two of them. But anyway, we're going to get into this packaging right here. It is kind of loose, so who knows, maybe I'll be able to salvage it quite nicely, but we shall see. Hopefully I will, considering the rarity of the characters here. Oh wow, that is like the most salvageable packaging I've ever had in the history of this channel, and that is really saying something. Actually, no, it's not. I never get really good salvageable packaging. But yes, there are all the cards and the stickers and all that fun stuff. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. Looking at stats right here. Unlike Thumpling and Gilrunt from a previous episode, the two of these guys have very different stats. But anyway, let's put those to a side for now. We'll look at them later on once we get to the haul of the video, if we even have enough for that. But yeah, let's now be taking out Petvac right here, which is a spare, so I'll use him for a contest down the line. Same with Gilrunt. And the main attraction. Ooh, careful with that though. We have Breeze. Oh, that's sweet. Would you look at that? That is sweet. It's like so sweet. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I would say sweet again, but I'm not going to, so nice. And yes, you put that back, it's basically as good as new, you could say. We're even able to look at the back still. So we have the fact that these characters only work in Trap Team, because these were the minis that were only introduced in Trap Team. And then you also have the classic 1, 2, 3, and some more air characters along the way, and screenshots of Breeze and Petvac in-game, mind you. And then that's the front, in all of its glorious glory, with of course a mini logo for artwork in the back, 6+ with the fact that they have small parts in here, so it is kind of a trophy hazard and everything. But yeah, apart from that, it's awesome, for a better word than sweet this time around. But yep, now we have the fire packaging right here, which I aim to do the exact same with, in the fact I want to make it salvageable. First, let's actually look at the packaging before unboxing it though. So it's the same old classic 1, 2, 3 screenshots and more fire characters and everything. And just like the previous characters, these minis were introduced in Trap Teams. They can't be used as sidekicks for backwards compatibility as such. And then we also have Skylanders Collection Vault. You can download the app. I'm not sure whether this is a German exclusive part of the packaging, but I can't recall actually seeing that before. Could be wrong, but Collection Vault isn't really a big app, so why would they have the need to advertise it? So yeah, let me know in the description below whether that's German-based only or not, because I can't recall seeing it before, but like many things I could be wrong about that, and I might have seen it before, I just don't have good memory of it. Also, like many times before, but yeah, let's get into this without further ado. Where's a good place to start? Right there. Nice, very salvageable again. Oh, the bottom came right off there. What do you know? Yeah, that looks nice actually. But yeah, now let's be taking these characters out. Be careful not to lose the cards and the stickers, which are upside down right now. That's better. Small Fry and Loughborough definitely got to have those cards, because those cards are rare. And then there's also the stickers to go alongside that. So looking at the stats of these guys, they are more similar than what Breeze and Petvac were, but at the same time they are still very different, unlike what Gilrunt and Thumpling are, which I'm still so surprised about how similar those two stats were to one another. But anyway, getting into the main attractions right here, we have Loughborough. Nice, put him to a side for now. And then we also have Small Fry, which I'm trying to get out without damaging, of course, but it's going awfully wrong. There we go, that's going much better actually. So yeah, we have small fry first and foremost, in all of that glorious glory right there. Sweet. I uppercut you! Haha! Then there's also a Wii Raptor, mini Wii Raptor, compared to excellent Wii Raptor. Also cool, with the huge, big, beady little eyes. Then there's Breeze, which is the main attraction of this start of a hunting video, you could say. And last but not least, you have the 2 pet vacs. I definitely prefer the variants for the minis though, to be honest, but yeah. Great way to start off this hunting video, and I can't wait to get into some more hunting, whatever it is that the theme of this video shall be. Bearing in mind that I, of course, pre-recorded this far more advanced than the rest of the hunting video here. But yeah, let's get into the rest of this hunting video without further ado. As alluded to, wow, I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. And once again, despite the fact I said without further ado, I'm further ado in, so let's just end that right now. You're welcome. Yo guys, I'm rich. Well, that is if you call rich a few hundred dozen of coins. Well, not 100 dozen, but a few dozen nonetheless. But anyways, I keep them in my nice little Spyro purse that I got from game in a previous video, and I could not care less if it's a purse. I will use it to take my money if I want to, or at least hold my money, mind you, to take it places with me. But anyway, you can see my bike out there because I'm fresh from college in my nice little winter attire, because I tell you what, it is freezing out there. But that raises a question: if I'm just fresh from college right now, why am I here at the glorious leisure centre? Well, you see, I need to book a badminton court for a few days' time, so I'm very much going to be getting around to that, which is why I need to cut out these pennies right here, so let's get to it. Okay, I'm going to have to make this quick because my phone's on like 3% and I only have 10 minutes storage left, so once again, it's going to be exciting and tension building to see if I can fit this all in, but I doubt it entirely. Anyways, basically, my bike is locked up here outside Odeon, and know what you're thinking, how dare I go to the bad one? Well, I'm going to the bad one because I'm seeing a film with Ed, as I normally would, right after booking up Badminton Court. This is, and we're actually going to be seeing Dragon Ball Super Broly. You can't see it too well on the film schedule though, but there is a Trade Dragon 3 below it, which, man, am I hyped for that. But anyway, we're heading in this general direction over here. Okay guys, sorry about that cut right there. I totally jinxed it, and the fact that I was saying my phone battery was low because it very much died on me, so I had to cycle all the way home and back just to charge up my phone to give it enough charge for this here recording right now. So that would basically explain the change up in lighting and the change up in weather as well, because it is a bit rainy right now, typical UK weather, I know, but either way, the point is that we're heading towards Home Bargains right now, which seems to be the only store on this here street that's still open, considering that they still have the lights on and everything. So we're going to be picking up a few snacks and things like that for the upcoming film that we are going to be watching. But on the wave there, I want to first show you Loughborough's, this charity shop, which once again isn't particularly well lit, thanks to the lack of natural lighting. But basically, what exists in here are Skylanders. Yes, look at how exciting that is. Now, it's kind of disappointing that that one at the back right there isn't in its full packaging, but it's still pretty cool to see Skylanders even from back from SSA. And that Hex has 2 arms, but that other arm looks a little disjointed, you could say. But yeah, there are definitely some interesting characters, which I'm going to pick up, A, when the store opens again, and B, when I actually have money to buy such characters. But yeah, as I said before, that isn't the main focus of this right now. We're actually heading into Home Bargains, so I will see you guys in there. Okay guys, currently in Home Bargains right now, and as you can see, they went from, well, Transformers fidget cubes to Transformers fidget spinners. Yeah, I know, right? Absolutely amazing. But anyways, you might notice all of these out front, and that's because it took me all of those to get to Bumblebee right here. I've never been so dedicated to getting a Bumblebee thing before. But anyways, I'm picking these up because they're 49 pence each, so why the heck not? Got to add to the Transformers merch shelf somehow, right? Okay guys, I'm heading my way back to Odeon right now. I did pick up some minstrels along with those fidget spinner transformer thingies that you saw as well. And so, basically, you guys saw me pick up 3, but I decided to pick up an extra one for the sake of Ed, because I wanted to buy an extra one for him to see how he would react to this little prank of me buying him one. Hopefully I'll have a good reaction, because Ed's reactions always tend to be the best. But anyway, I will see you guys once we get inside that building. This guy just asked me about my Dragon Ball experience. My answer?
You know absolutely nothing.
I know less than nothing. I know, like...
Negative 1% about Dragon Ball.
Exactly. So, you gonna tell me anything about it?
Well, no, because like 90% of the things I'll tell you, you won't need to know.
Oh, okay. Well then, that's sophisticated. So what's that 10% that's left then? Well, 11%, considering that I already know minus 1%, so you're going to need to fill me in on that as well.
Okay. Obviously there's a big Goku and Vegeta have Super Saiyan transformations. That's not really a spoiler, that's like culture now.
It's over 9,000!
Yeah. Goku has Goku and Vegeta have they have God forms now. They're called Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue. There's another one that you don't need to know about, and Goku has a transformation you also don't need to know about, unless it appears in the movie. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to pretend that he was talking for 2 hours straight right there, even though you weren't, and that's because I needed to cut all of that out because of storage, Jamie.
Yep.
But he did say something about UI, and I like UI when it comes to the UI of video games. And that's about it, really.
Oh, you have. Unless if it doesn't appear in the movie, I'll tell you about it. But if it does, you're gonna be so hyped.
Ooh, sweet. Anyway, Ed, I did get you something. So you know how you like cars?
Gimme.
And explosions.
Gimme.
And you totally love Transformers and fidget spinners. It's what you've always wanted, isn't it, Ed? A Megatron fidget spinner.
Never in my life have I realised I needed something so much until I finally received it.
Thing is that, okay, first of all, it's Megatron and it's Decepticon, and we all know that you prefer the Decepticons, although you think the perfect Decepticon would be one called Chuck Norris that makes everything blow up just by touching it.
Yep, pretty much.
Oh, yep. But basically, I say it's car-like because, first of all, the Transformers, of course, have explosions and cars, but second of all, it's kind of like a wheel. It's halfway there.
Pretty much.
Anyway, treat it well. I spent an entire 50 pence on that, which could have been spent towards the ticket, but I didn't. You're welcome.
Thanks. You're filming now.
You know what, Ed? There's Christmas lights up, but they're not on. How strange, it's almost like it's almost February. In fact, when I upload this, it will be February.
Yeah.
Anyway, what did you think of the film?
That was seriously freaking cool.
His initial reaction, he didn't use the word frickin'.
I said something that would be...
Not appropriate for this channel.
Yeah, Christian channel.
Although, despite the fact that I just covered up the phone with my hand, that wouldn't have stopped them from actually hearing you.
Well, true.
Anyway, we're going to go to some Mackies with some not-so-lit up areas and stuff. And if you guys want to know what I was thinking about the movie, even without having ever watched Dragon Ball, I seriously enjoyed that. It was very good. And, you know, if you have a chance to watch it, there's quite a limited screening, so I definitely go see it. And I'm sure this guy would agree.
Go see it whilst you still can.
Especially with how the hype for this guy has paid off. I mean, look at that smirk right there.
Blue, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Perfect.
You look like you want to just destroy something in glorious happiness. Maybe a Mackey's Day, he's going to destroy a good old Big Mac or whatever he's getting. Okay, I have 2 ways to trigger this guy.
Oh no, don't.
Okay, you ready? Pokemon, that's basically the same as Dragon Ball, isn't it? Okay, I think he's not going to be devouring those McDonald's out of joy. He's definitely going to be doing that to me now. But either way, Ed, I really enjoyed Goku with Science and Fraser.
I'm just going to go for it.
Hey, this is all IGN's fault. Hey there guys, welcome to part 3 of the video, or chapter 3 more specifically, because Skylanders works in chapters, so whilst I might not be able to find any Skylanders, I can't miss a reference to them, right? But anyways, as I was saying, yeah, this is chapter 3, Batters and Smash, which is basically a pun on bangers and mash, which, to those of you who don't know what the word bangers means, it's basically sausages. Don't know why we came up with that slang term in England, we just did. So basically bangers and mash is a sausages and mash meal that you typically have at either lunch or dinner, but you can have a breakfast as well, and it makes for a good breakfast. But anyway, batters and smash is putting out because batters is a slang term for badminton, and smash is a technique you do in badminton. It's actually a finishing move. You do it when you want to win the point at the end, and it's also my favourite move because it requires a lot of power and speed and such things, which I have, but I just have nothing else apart from those. But the point is that I'm just waiting for Ed right now. But he's going to be late at everything. But as you can tell, I'm currently in the best sports equipment here. Jumper, heater, shoes, great sports equipment, even trackers. Oh wait, the trackers is actually good. That's like one part of my equipment which is actually sports based. And I also have a hat, of course, because it is freezing. But anyway, I'll see you guys in an eternity when Edward finally shows up. Okay guys, so we just came out from badminton. Sorry I couldn't quite record it this time, but we had 2 people, which is not a great number for playing and recording, but we'll tell you about how the games went in a second right here. But I got to tell you, I did make a good joke when he was at 10-2 because Ed, unsurprisingly, was late, although he was late by 5 minutes, which means that when we went Odeon, he was early by 5 minutes. He was just offsetting it, you know, you need balance in life, so he was just balancing it out, you could say. But regardless, yeah, I've packed up the badminton racket as such because we finished the games, and I won off the games, so we was at 10-2, and so I made the joke that 10-2, if only that was the time that you showed up instead of the time you actually showed up, which was late, because otherwise, if you did show up at 10-2, you would have been early. But, you know, that just wasn't the case. But anyway, we have 2 hours to burn between now and the film we're watching, which is Glass. I completely neglected to mention that at the beginning, so my apologies, but I can guarantee you we'll get around to that in due time. Also, Salmon, best surname, especially if you're a fan of Splatoon 2, like a certain someone even, that's right in front of you right now, who is... We're outside for bad one again. Despite the fact that we went there previously.
You were pointing that thing directly at me.
Exactly! Anyway, Ed loves my necklace. He wishes he could have a necklace at school, but I kind of need to lock on my bike, so... Sorry, dude. Bike's more important this time around.
Okay. I'm trying to, like, cover the thing, but we're not sponsored by McDonald's.
Hashtag not sponsored. Will I remember to put that in there? Probably not, but I'll try anyways. Anyways, so yes, as you can see, we just finished from our McDonald's, which only burned about an hour for 2.5 hours, so it had to burn. So we still got plenty more time to burn, hey?
Yeah.
I didn't even know we could burn time. I'm doing stuff to time that not even I knew I could do. Anyways, as you can see, we are at Breeds Park, right outside of Carillion, and Edward was going to say something right there, but I didn't care.
What was I going to say?
You was definitely going to say something. You see, not even Ed cares about what he was going to say. But either way, the point of this clip is basically to tell you guys about how badminton went. Ed, do you want to break the news to them?
I won for once. I won against him for once.
Okay, so we did best of 3 21-point games, and he won a 2-point clear for the first one. But guys, that was totally, quote-unquote right here, totally... 100% meant I purposefully fluked the last point by purposefully hitting it out so that then I could make him think psychologically that he could beat me when he couldn't. That would lower his guard so then I could win the next 2 matches.
Whatever makes you sleep at night, mate. Whatever helps you sleep.
100% the strategy. But yes, when it came to the tiebreaker, I annihilated this guy because I had Edward react to this. I had my lucky charm.
I saw the thumbnail with your video, of one of your videos. I had that in. So.
Yes, I know. Okay, so first of all, it's definitely lucky because I only used this for the last match, not the first match, which I lost. Again, totally intentional. But yeah, totally my good luck charm for the last match right there. You got beaten by a Toothless, which has been the video, of course, because it wouldn't be had to train Dragony otherwise.
I like it how they call him Toothless, but he has teeth.
It's because he literally named him when he had his teeth retracted.
Yeah.
I like Toothless. Toothless is cool.
Yeah.
Awkward silence.
Stop it.
You know what though? People say that if you do have a silence, it's not at all awkward, because if you are silent with someone, it means you're comfortable in their company, so it's actually a good thing when you are in silence.
No, I actually thought about it that way.
It's only a bad thing when you're forcing a conversation on people, because then you're not confident enough to think that they do enjoy your company. So sometimes the silence can be a good thing. The only problem is that I never have anything to shut up about.
Clearly.
Well, yeah, that's why this clip was literally 3 minutes long. Ooh, puns!
They can barely see that, can they?
Of course they can't, but I'm going to film it anyway.
Maze, huh?
Choose a starting point.
Okay. Can you find a path to the swan? Right, so... okay, let's hold on for a minute, okay? Aha! I've got it!
Go for it, then. Perfect! What a path. Ooh, pond! Much up close this time. There you go, now they can see it. You're welcome. Insert Moana song here, which Edward loves because he's seen that movie again and again. He just doesn't want to admit it.
That I actually haven't. Honestly, I haven't. I'd rather, personally, I have a personal grudge against Disney. After, I'm not too sure if it's Disney's fault if they ruined Star Wars or not.
It is.
Oh, it is? Okay. But, well, I blame Kathleen Kennedy for ruining Star Wars.
Who's part of Disney?
Actually, I think she's part of Lucasfilm, which is...
That's part of Disney.
Yeah, which is part of Disney. So.
Hashtag blame Disney. Oh, no, I've got another hashtag to remember, darn it. For those of you who can't read clocks, that says 1:30, which means the film is in an hour. 16:30 is to 1:30, right?
16:30.
16:30, that's 1:30, right?
That's 4:30.
Oh boy, now we've got 3 hours to wait. How do you react to this?
You're genuinely joking, right?
No, it's 16:30 and I thought that was 1:30 the whole time.
You have to be joking.
Nope. This dude's just an idiot. I thought you would know that by now. You know there's nothing left in that, right?
The ice.
Oh yeah, I suppose you just got to wait for that to melt. But how will it melt in this weather, Ed?
My hand. That's how.
That's the only thing that's warm around, and you're cooling it down by taking all the energy from the ice. That's keeping it cool.
Well, I'll just switch over to my other hand.
Oh, fair enough then.
Oh, Brandon, can't show that.
No, don't show my Brandon, Ed. We are hashtag not sponsored. I'm definitely not remembering the hashtag this time. Hashtag, I forgot the hashtag. Why do I keep on forcing myself to insert these? Jeez.
Oh, the guy's disappeared.
Yeah, there was a chalk artist there a minute ago, but we missed it, unfortunately. Well, we saw it, but we missed it on camera.
Yeah.
Definitely picking that up on payday. Hey, Ed. Oh! So we're currently in game, in case you guys can tell, but hey, best Xbox controller.
Has that like become one of your channel memes now and I didn't know about it?
No, it's not a channel meme, it's just your own meme that you think is a channel meme when it's not. But basically, Ed, best Xbox controller.
Yes, best Xbox controller ever.
You know, I actually saw a PS3 controller that looked just like that as well. But I actually held it and it felt terrible. It was some sort of cheap custom. Even cheaper than that one. And that's really saying something because it's cheap and it's bad.
Right, that controller's terrible.
I don't like it, no.
Oh.
But yes, there's so much things I'm going to be getting here on payday. Which for me, fortunately, isn't too long away. And it's actually going to be in this very video as well at a later date, mind you.
Also, for some reason, these just, to me, they just look unnecessary.
You know, Ed, you know how you have an Xbox One? I think it's about time for you to switch things up.
You're lucky I'm not gonna... You're lucky that I'm not gonna...
You know, that's not even my pun, right? I just stole it from some other less important channel of mine. I'm only joking, by the way, people who actually like... I think it's Skylanders Loughborough Gaming, or Skylanders Loughborough Collector, one or the other. They have far too similar names, but not that moaning about that, mind you.
Okay.
And may I remind you that you also made the same joke.
Yeah, I did.
The thing is, though, is that I remember originally that you wanted to get a Switch when Metroid Prime 4 was announced. Guess what has just been updated about Metroid Prime 4?
What?
They have started the development all over again. They're back to step one.
Okay.
So basically, it was probably going to come out maybe summer of 2020. Now, we're definitely not getting it until at least 2022.
Okay.
Yeah, stupid Metroid Prime 4. I was so looking forward to that as well, but now they've started the development all over again. It's so unfortunate. But yeah, what are you saying about those?
I can see why you'd probably want these. I mean, Mario Kart.
It's so hard for the motion controls with the actual Switch Pro controller, so that would actually be good. And not to mention, it actually gives you bumper space, because for bumpers on the actual regular Pro controllers, it's so small you can never actually click them.
Yeah, so these I can see the point of. So,
but everything else, no. Just no.
That I can see the point of. These I can see the point of. These, okay, if you want to play Smash Brothers. If you want to play Smash Brothers.
It's also good for Mario Kart.
That too. But these, they're just unnecessary. I mean, basically, these are basically... The only reason you'd have these is if you can't afford any of these.
In which case, I'll still just get the wheel ones instead.
Yeah.
25 quid for a box. It's totally just a box that you get with it, guys. It comes with nothing else. But you know what, Ed? 25 quid for a box. Totally worth it.
Yes.
Thought so. Here's the film Ed was showing me about for one he's so excited for.
No, it's not.
Here it is, The Secret Life of Pets 2. I can get up the hype for that. He also said about some sort of Godzilla thing that apparently came before it, although there is no Godzilla film coming out this year. I have no idea what he's talking about. The year is 2018. Godzilla doesn't come out till 2019. Even then, that's the King of Monsters, not Godzilla. Huge difference.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Another one that Ed is really looking forward to, despite the fact he said he's really not looking forward to it. But trust me, he is.
Well, I'm not, because Lego Movie was perfect. It didn't need a sequel.
And that's what I said to How to Train Your Dragons originally, and then How to Train Your Dragon 2 came along and proved me wrong.
Well, I'm going to see like the viewer score for Lego Movie 2. On like Rotten Tomatoes, and the viewer score only, not the critic score, because the critics are always wrong.
Yes, critics are always wrong. And then there's Shazam. I'm going to watch that because it's a superhero film, regardless of whether it's DC or not. Oh, so Godzilla is a thing. Never mind, let's not even go to film now then.
Yeah.
You know what, Godzilla might be just about the only film I don't watch this year, just to trigger the sky.
Well, the sad part is that you're actually going to do that.
No, I'm not actually going to do that, no. Of course I'll watch it. Sometime anyway. Okay, enough. This black screen will get copyrighted, so I can't continue here.
Okay.
That's right, I've actually been copyrighted for black screen before. Yep. Stupid black screens. I'm seeing this on Friday and I cannot wait because the hype is real, in case you can tell so from literally last week's video or anything. But yeah, bring it on. Also, for my health, this poster is like bigger than my room, which is nice. Very nice, you could say. Very nice indeed. But anyway, let's talk to Ed about the film at hand, and then we can move on to, of course, chapter 4 after that, which will be the fourth and final chapter of this particular video, which shall, of course, involve the very thing you see before you.
Please help me. I'm just a poor actor. Please. I don't have any money, but can you please help me? I do not want to know the things that he does to me.
Yeah, I've been forcing him into this, and I'm not paying him for it either, which is why he's poor. I'm a good person like that. Anyway, all joking aside, how was the film?
Meh.
It was the extreme definition of meh. So the thing is that it's so disappointing when you weight it against Unbreakable and Split. Like, watching those two films makes this film seem so underwhelming and so anticlimactic. However, if you haven't watched those films, it's a whole lot better for this one. And one thing I noticed is that most of the time, M. Night Shyamalan, his twists make his films better. But this film, the twist didn't make this film better. It made Unbreakable and Split better.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
So Edward's only seen Unbreakable and this one, so now he's got to go watch Split, because Split is the best one. Hey there guys, welcome to the fourth chapter, the one I've been looking forward to most personally, because today is the day and I can't wait to see this film, because as you guys know, I've been so anticipated for this film. Now I did mean to do more How to Train Your Dragon uploads before now, but nothing comes into fruition, right? But hey, this has been uploaded on Sunday, which means that in a few hours I will upload my How to Train Your Dragon 3 review, although I still haven't seen the film yet, so I'm looking forward to getting into the initial reaction towards the tail end of this video. But one thing you might notice is a small inconsistency since the first chapter. Oh, my new wardrobe, because you guys could see before that my old wardrobe was falling apart. Like, this part to it didn't even have a door, so you could see all my clothes hanging out on everything, and it was an ugly setup. So now with this here, my setup is going to look a whole lot better whenever I have the camera situated back here, as one would see. But apart from short little room tours here, I have something else to be showing you guys before we head on out for our stellar adventure. But before we do head out, I have a few final things to be saying. First and foremost is the fact that I got up at 6 AM this morning just so I could record this intro video, which is currently 7 AM, and to finish recording of that previously mentioned awards video, which has now been fully recorded, so I just need to edit that, and this video, yay. But anyway, the main point to this clip is the fact that one thing I did forget to pack, luckily I didn't leave the house without it though, is a tissue, because clearly in this film, I'm going to need tissue, okay? It's probably going to make me cry, so I better take the precaution. And just in case it makes me cry that much, I'm going to take an entire toilet roll because we don't have any tissues around, so this is the only tissue we have, so let's take this and hope I don't use up too much of it to tears alone. But we shall see in a few hours. Okay guys, so as you see, right outside, Singing World right now, I apologise for that drop, I had to fall down from that ledge right there, hopefully you can see it. But regardless, sorry for the camera as well, but point is, I've been out since 7 o'clock this morning, walking with mates and going to schools and things, and it's currently now 10 o'clock, still spent nearly 3 hours outside in freezing cold weather. Luckily I am well equipped for the weather, so it's not as unbearable for me, for cold I mean, as it would be for people who aren't as late as me, per se. The point is, I would have been able to go inside right there to book my ticket in advance, but unfortunately, Singing World doesn't open till 11 o'clock. So, and the film itself doesn't even start till 40 minutes past 12, and as I said before, we're nearing upon 10 right now, which means that I have a few hours to burn, which is going to be quite a nuisance, but I got my Switch for that, so there's always that, I suppose. But in the meantime, we're definitely going to start hunting in this hunting video. But first and foremost, I promised you guys to start talking about my exam concession, so that I'm going to do. So basically I just needed to go to my old school to pick up my Form 8, which had all of my evidence for extra time at GCSE level, and hand that into the college, because that could help give me extra time for my college exams. And so basically the concessions are just tests to make sure you're eligible for that extra time, and I most certainly was, so could be getting 25% extra time in exams. Now the thing is that I don't always need my extra time, so chances are after all of this effort I'm not even going to use it in the exams anyway, but it's always there as a backup just in case I need it, and that's what's useful about it, I suppose. Because that's great, if things go AWOL, I at least have a backup that means me extra time, and if I don't need it, I don't need it. It's that simple. But regardless, let's get to that hunting. Okay guys, so first stop right here is actually game, and man am I glad to be indoors. It's so much more warmer in here, but either way, looking at all of a whole pre-owned figure dinguses, there are some decent prices here for Nintendo Switch. For 250 is most certainly not bad, and it comes with the Joy-Cons, which is even better. Unfortunately I got the standard dull grey ones, but they do their purpose just fine, even if they aren't as colourful as the neon ones, mind you. And then there's also Starlink, which game has plenty of brand new, so why the heck not get it brand new instead, right? But anyways, we're not here for Starlink, we're here for Skylanders, obviously. And normally this is the point where I say game doesn't have any appearance Skylanders, but it turns out that they have had appearance Skylanders this whole time, and I've just never noticed where they got moved to. So there's Kingdom Hearts 3 right here, but I bought that on Wednesday off camera, so I'll show you that later on. But yeah, it turns out all the appearance Skylanders were moved right here. Who knew, right? But yeah, unfortunately there ain't anyone of interest because the only non-start pack characters are either missing an arm, or a head, or they're Series 3 Pop Fizz. Which sure, it's a good price, but I'm still not picking that guy up because I own that guy to say the least. Oh, and there's also Headless Black, great. But yeah, everyone apart from this is all start pack based characters really. Except for Deep Dive Gorgon, I suppose he's pretty cool too. And Nova's always looking awesome. He is a Marvel hero at the end of the day, and Marvel heroes do look awesome. But again, I'm just going to ignore that and forget that it even exists, because these, my friends, are way better. As per the norm, the game didn't really have anything of value for us, and I was about to say that I was going to go CX next, but unfortunately it's not quite open just yet. So we will come back here in a sec, but first and foremost we have some other stops to attend to. So as it will turn out, this film is actually shown at Odeon at 12 o'clock today, which is 40 minutes earlier than Cineworld, but trust me, I might be desperate to see this film, but I'm not desperate enough to pay for it at this monstrosity, and neither am I willing to... Well, I'm saying neither am I willing to. I actually am willing to wait for the extra 40 minutes for Cineworld showing of it. So yes, my bad, I got stumbled up words right there, but sometimes, you know, that happens, me being human and everything. But yeah, only a few more hours to go now, so yes! Wow, for Crimes of Grindelwald is half price. Why am I not surprised? Oh yeah, because it wasn't that good. That's probably on half price too, considering it's got that name to it, but it doesn't say so explicitly, but I'm sure it's still there, mind you. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Life lesson of the day, unless you've not... Well, that is if you've not learnt that life lesson before, mind you. But anyways, so of course, out of all the places, McDonald's is open, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go there, I'm going to sneakily use their free Wi-Fi, in order to find out when all the shops around me open up, and then as soon as they do, we're going to go around and put some more hunt into this hunting video without further ado. Okay guys, so I did wait out in the oh so warm McDonald's, and so now we're finally going to go into Cineworld now that it's open, to check out what they got on afterwards. I'm definitely going to donate to that guy because he seems pretty good, and I also feel extra generous today for some weird reason. Regardless, let's check this out without further ado. Only PS4 games, which is pretty awesome, but I still remember when I got that for 32 quid. Glad I got it back then and not now, but hey, they finally have some Spyro, but still I paid less for it brand new, so totally worth it. And as for Skylanders, wow, this is the best collection they've had in a long time. So they have some awesome variants in the form of the Easter guys, like Hardboiled Flow from Springtime Trick Happen right there. And they also have some really awesome cores and even Trap Masters. Yes, I went all the way to Leicester to get Chalk for 12 quid, and now it's a tenner here. Never mind, I suppose. But yes, I am glad that they have a good selection here, but now I'm going to go back and donate to that guy. Oh, they even have legendaries back there, which I didn't notice at first, so that's even sweeter than what I initially thought. Okay, so for some reason they moved the Xbox 360 and PS3 games upstairs, I suppose because they're last-gen consoles, or at least for games for the last-gen consoles, so that would make sense for them to be up with DVDs alongside the likes of PlayStation 2 and GameCube games, but I didn't want to show you this right here because, oh yeah, that exists! When I watched it for the first time I definitely did enjoy it, but it's not the most memorable of the Star Wars films, I will admit that much. Even for Last Jedi, which wasn't as good of a film as that, is more memorable purely because of the fact that it's bad. Kind of like For the Dark World here, I will never forget that, purely because of the fact that it is so bad. Oh, and then there's Homecoming, which is a neat price for that, but I'm trying to budget right now, so we're not going to be picking anything up. It's just cool to see all of the DVDs on display. Okay guys, when I said I was going to donate to that guy, I lied. I had no change. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to Loughborough, I'm going to see if they have some Skylanders that I want to pick up, and I'll use the change from that to donate to him instead, because I'm wise like that, and also generous today apparently. I'm not normally generous, it's just today. Wait, 1 minute. Ah, shoot, they aren't there anymore. I'll still check inside the store anyway, but yeah, that's a bummer. Okay guys, as you can see, I'm currently leaving the store right now, and I felt like it wasn't really right to film in there, so instead that's why you have the photo displaying what I could find in there. To my left right now, although on the video it's probably going to appear to the right, because I'm pretty sure that's how selfie videos work. But anyways, so yes, from there I could have picked up a puzzle, but I'm not going to go Jap 28 on you, and I'm not going to do that because I don't really have the storage capacity to take it home with me. So instead, I picked up Spyro's Adventure for the PS3 because I never actually owned this previously. Now, it's a shame that they didn't have Glow in the Dark Cinder still, but with this alone, I will take that because this is a great game, and I can't wait to play it on my PlayStation 3 as well as all the other consoles I've beat it on. Plus I can go trophy hunting on it now, so that's always a win. But for the next clip, I have no idea what I'll be doing. It's probably going to involve something about the Switch that I brought with me, because I still have 2 hours to burn yet until the film starts. In fact, more than that by the looks of it, which is a pain, but hey, luckily the Switch can do that for me, burning time I mean. Sorry for that cut right there, I ran out of storage, but now with that problem all sorted out, I was going to say before the video cut out that I promised you guys I'd return to Loughborough's once I had money, and now that my payday has been and gone, I very much did so, and got myself a nice little treat out of it. But yeah, see you guys in the next clip. Okay guys, I did return to Waterstones as well, and I checked this here, Gamers Edition Guinness Book of World Records 2019 for any Skylanders content inside it, because the other one I got from 2016 had of that, but unfortunately the closest I got to Skylanders was Spyro the Dragon, but that's a speedrun at 24 minutes, very impressive, but I bet your Crash could still beat that. And then there's also Splatoon, which I suppose there's an interest in for me, so 51 minutes for the Wii version, which is very impressive, and an hour and a half for Splatoon 2 on the Switch, so again, speedrunners just amaze me with how fast you can get through games to search for skill and dedication required to get those records of theirs. Here is a real reason why I returned to Waterstones though, for the How to Train Your Dragon series, a book series which the films and cartoons, spin-offs and everything are all based upon. And yes, that is what Toothless looks like in the books. Hiccup could not read that. Or at least that's the imagery that the author had in mind for it. I'm not sure whether they're illustrated books, but they're still books nonetheless. And I'm not even sure what order they're in. Oh wait, never mind, they have numbers, that does help. Especially since I can actually count up to 12. By the looks of it, they have all of them here, as long as this is number 1. It is, and that is sweet. Now, unfortunately, I don't have no money left on me, because as I was saying before, I'm trying to budget right now, but I'll definitely come back and get these at a future date. It's just awesome to look back to where the film's got inspiration from. And it even got a nice little tag here, How to Train Your Dragon. Unlike the other Vikings in his village, Hiccup Horrendous Haddock III prefers to use brains rather than brawn. Hiccup's adventures are the must-read for every child. I'm a child. Well, I'm a child at heart, at least. You guys, I just found even more Skylanders on the marketplace, and they have some cool ones in here, like Hothead in particular. He's pretty awesome, as is Popcorn. And if that one was glow in the dark, I'd have my hand straight on this one, but unfortunately it is not so. Unfortunately, as always, there's nothing I need, but it's very hard for me to get things I need these days. But still, this is one of the cooler collections we've seen so far, and there's a Series 1 Hex here. What's the chances that his arm is off? That's a chance. In classic Ignite the Fire style, I missed a box. Luckily though, I didn't really miss much because they have mostly the same stuff as the original one, including broken sprockets apparently. If that was in the box and brand new, I'd get my hand straight on that because that would be counted as a missed package. But the main reason why this box caught my eye is because it has Series 1 Igniter. That guy catches my eye every single time. And what is cool about this is they have original Series 1 Voodoos, which is very cool. It's been a while since I've seen him around. So I was about to pick up that Voodoo, but then I learned that they was £2 each, so I'm like, you know what, a Skylanders Spyro's Adventure character who's a spare of one I already have for £2, I'll pass. Even though that figure was in better condition than mine, but still, I'll pass nonetheless. If it was £1 then, yeah sure, I probably would have picked it up, but Spyro's Adventure characters, as sad as it is, aren't worth £2 anymore. Although back when the game first came out in 2011, I can guarantee you that if you found them on the market, someone would have been charging £15 for them, because it's people like that who would stock them all up and sell them up for, and sell them for inflated prices, mind you. Oh, and there's Odin again, the bad one. Okay, so I just found some more of the How to Train Your Dragon DVDs at Tesco's actually, and £5 for each one. It's not half bad. I'm pretty sure you can get the bundle for both of the films for £7 or something though. However, I have no need to get either of them because I already own the first one on DVD and I own the second one on Blu-ray, which is even better. And there is the short Gift of the Night Fury, which is a very nice short, mind you, very heartwarming short, but once again, it's something I don't need to buy because it's on Netflix. Like seriously, Netflix has basically every form of How to Train Your Dragon media, including the film, all 4 short films. And then the only thing it doesn't have is How to Train Your Dragon 2 and Riders and Defenders of Berk, which I find hilarious. Okay guys, so cinema still ain't open. Luckily though, I only have an hour and a half to wait before the film actually starts, so it should definitely open by then, to say the least. But whilst I'm waiting, I of course have my Switch to keep me company, which is awesome. So basically I'm going to just be smashing for an hour and a half now, which is literally exactly what I said it is, awesome. But no doubt you're wondering what's with the bag in this case. Well, we'll look at the DVDs first. So I actually went to a stall just before I went to Tesco's, a market stall I mean, and there was actually some really good prices on DVDs. So our first little bundle here I paid £5.50 for, and it was basically all of the Spider-Man films. Now the thing is that I already own these 5 on either Blu-ray or DVD, so I didn't buy the bundle for them, I bought the bundle for Spider-Man Homecoming, because £5.50 for Spider-Man Homecoming alone is such a great price. So that's why I bought the bundle. But hey, I suppose I'll find some use with the other Spider-Man films at a later date. Sure, we'll find some use indeed. But apart from that, I also picked up a 50p DVD, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which is not a fiver, it's actually only 50p. And I've never watched this before, but it's one that Yourself Productions recommended to me, and a lot of the ones that Yourself Productions have recommended I've really enjoyed, so I thought I'd pick up this one. Shout outs to your boy Yourself Productions. But anyway, apart from that, last but not least, we have something which eagle-eyed fans might have seen before. All of the episodes of the Dragons, Riders and Defenders of Berk series. Now that is incredible. I paid £4 for the entire lot right here, so that's £1 per DVD, and each DVD has about 10 episodes on it, so that is so worth it to me. Not to mention, I was alluding to before the fact that these TV show episodes are not on Netflix, so me getting them on the DVD are the only way for me to rewatch them. So again, £4 is highly worth that to me, and I love the Skrill box art, it's very nice indeed. But regardless, apart from that, I also got the thing which I was saying I would leave for last, the celebrations. Now, these were half price, so I was like, why the heck not get the celebrations? Because we need to celebrate good times, come on. And by good times, I mean, of course, How to Train Your Dragon 3 watching times. So I'm going to celebrate How to Train Your Dragon 3 with celebrations. I know, I'm a genius. It's official, guys. How to Train Your Dragon with Hidden World has finally been put on the board, or at least this TV board that I call it. But yeah, my screening is right there. I even have a ticket and everything prepared, so I'm going to go toilet and get myself fully prepared for another clip even. Okay then guys, I have the How to Train Your Dragon 3 poster right behind me right here, just to showcase that yes, Cineworld is open now, in case you couldn't quite tell so from the last clip. But basically, I'm all ready and prepared to go into the cinema with, of course, my toothless beanbag who cannot wait to see the film. Look at how giddy he is. Dark Spyro, who too is feeling that same excitement, or is that just my hand because I'm so excited for the film, who knows? But yes, Dark Spyro, very similar to Toothless in his colours and design, so fair enough that I bring him for the How to Train Your Dragon showing, right? Then I also have my ticket, gonna need that and everything. But most importantly of all, I have the tissues. That's most important of all, but now I'm going to go through, watch the film, and I will see you guys once it's over for my initial reaction. See you then. Man, am I hyped for this? Man, am I glad I brought tissues to this one. Hold a sec while I think away the tears still. I have never seen an ending to an animated franchise that is this good, ever. But it's not only the ending to this film that surprised me. Okay, so going into this film, I was hoping it would be as good, if not towards the same level as How to Train Your Dragon 2. Turns out this film is better. And I never thought I would be saying this, but this is my favourite How to Train Your Dragon film. And I'm so glad I enjoyed this. I really, really wanted to like this. And the hype has paid off. I'm so happy with this film. Like I said before, ending perfect. I'm not going to spoil anything, because this is just my initial reaction, which means that before I review the film, I'm going to let my critical side sit in. But my casual, just enjoying it side, I enjoyed this film. It has so much emotion to it, so much character. Everything I wanted in a How to Train Your Dragon film was there and more. Could not define a better ending for this franchise. I could not define a better ending for animation history. This film, it surprised me with how good it was. I knew going into it I was going to enjoy it, but I didn't know I would enjoy it that much. I'm so pleased right now. I'm so happy I finally got to watch this. And you know what? I would have happily waited another 3 years for that, because that is more than worth a wait like that. This film, How to Train Your Dragon 3, is so, I was going to say good there, but it's not good. It's not great. It's a near masterpiece. I will say I did have a few problems with Tough Nut's character in particular, and you'll probably see why when you get to the film. Tough Nut and Rough Nut were probably the worst part to it, I will admit. If I was to pin one flaw to this film, it would probably be them. And not to mention, Tough Nut got recasted. His voice actor, TJ Milley, is no longer voiced by him. So that was very off-putting, I will admit. But apart from those two, Snotlout, I actually liked Snotlout this time. I can't believe I'm saying that either. I actually like Snotlout this time. So not only are most of the characters better, not only is this the best we've seen out of Toothless and Hiccup together and apart, but this is also the best villain we've got from How to Train Your Dragon. I loved Grimmel. He was such a threatening presence. Great villain, Grimmel. Even better than Drago, and I'm so happy to be saying that. Because you guys know that my one biggest flaw of How to Train Your Dragon 2 is its villain. Well, I can no longer say that about this film. With the fact that, as I said before, Grimmel is great. And the action is also spectacular in this film. They really upped the action here. They made it more of a spectacle to watch, and that really helped add enjoyment into it. So above all, I love this film, and I'm so happy I do. Okay guys, before when I was alluding to the fact that chapter 4 would be the final chapter of the video, I was lying because we of course have the haul to get into for this here video, which starts of course with the very characters that we unboxed at the beginning, the minis themselves, and then after that we actually got our first purchase of the video, the fidget spinners of Megatron, Bumblebee and Optimus Prime from Home Bargains, and of course I pranked Edward with a spare one I bought when we went Odeon to see Dragon Ball Super Broly, which was quite entertaining if I say so myself. Then between the chapters, I got both the Nadir Starlink pack and the Kingdom Hearts 3 for PS4. Now there is a lot of irony between Starlink and myself, which we'll get into in a later video, and we'll also unbox that pack in a later video as well. But for now, it's nice to see that as part of a haul, mind you. But afterwards, we also got Skylanders Adventure on the PS3. And we also got some DVDs, which we'll get into after we look at the CX haul, which I got recently. So, of course, I did a CX purchase very recently, which you guys will see the bonus footage of once the haul is over right here. And one of those included the Dark Barrel Blaster, which I'm so glad they actually sent the right one this time. And then I did also order Nitro Soda Skim, and unfortunately that was the wrong one. But apart from that, I'm very satisfied with the order because I got everything else that I ordered, including both the Hoodsicles, which is pretty neat, and then I also got How to Train Your Dragon on Blu-ray, so that can go right alongside my copy of How to Train Your Dragon 2 on Blu-ray. Please don't knock everything over. And then there's, of course, my ticket of How to Train Your Dragon 3 up there, looking neat in all of its glory. And then on top of that, in the video right after I bought Skylanders Adventure for PS3, I also picked myself up the Spider-Man films and Scott Pilgrim, which has an awful collector's sleeve on it because of all the stickers that have been tried to took off over the years, but clearly have failed miserably. But hey, we got all of the Spider-Man films for £5.50, which for Spider-Man Homecoming alone was worth it to me, as I mentioned about previously. But as for the other 5 films, which I already own on Blu-ray and DVD, I'm sure we'll find some sort of other use for them later on. And then on top of that, we also picked up, of course, Riders of Berk and Defenders of Berk, the whole series on DVD. So that is sweet, and it really goes alongside with the whole How to Train Your Dragon theming of the video and everything. But that basically does it. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll be seeing you in the next hunting video. But until such a moment, peace, and thanks as always for watching. Okay then guys, it's time to get into that little bonus clip I promised you guys about from the haul, that is. So first and foremost, we're going to look for the Skylanders. So that starts with, of course, I was about to say that starts ahead with, of course, but technically it is ahead still, although I went to not say it when I really should have, and that's of course the Spring Ahead Dive Bomber, which we're going to buy. Oh, nice, it's actually working this time. Hallelujah for such things, right? But yes, apart from that, we also need Sea Nitro Stealth Stinger, so we're mostly getting vehicles, or vehicular units even this time around. So yes, there is our Nitro Stealth Stinger. And then next up, we need the Dark Barrel Blaster. After the disappointment that was the last episode where we got the wrong Barrel Blaster in the mail, or the episode before that, one of these episodes, that's my point. So yes, we're going to buy you two, not to forget. And then next up, we're not actually getting anything from Trap Teams, so moving straight on to Imaginators, with both the Hood Skull figures, which are much more expensive and bearable than before. That is, as long as my autocorrect doesn't fill it in for me, because there's no such thing as a good sickle. Okay, here we go. So we want to buy the regular one and the steel-plated one because I own neither of them. Sweet. That's a quite hefty price, but it's a price I'm willing to accept. But next up, we're looking for How to Train Your Dragon, the first one on Blu-ray, because the only one I own on Blu-ray is the second one, and I want the first one on Blu-ray too for collection sakes. But yes, we're going to go down to the budgeted version, which is slightly cheaper than the rest of them, so I'm sure it's along here somewhere. There you are. £4. Why spend the extra when we don't need to, right?